Mining tomorrow on Red FM. This week we're looking at Talga Resources, getting a bit of a background on the company. Managing Director for Talga, Mark Thompson, is on the line. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Ian.
Mate, for those who are not familiar with Talga, can you give us a bit of a background on the company?
Sure. We're an ASX-listed company. We're under the code TLG, and we're setting up production of advanced battery anode materials and also graphene, which is a two-dimensional form of carbon, sometimes called the wonder material. So we've been listed for about 9 years now, and we base the companies around this super high grade, the highest grade graphite resource in the world, which is up in Sweden. And we've got about 35 full-time employees, mostly technical and professional people, working on taking that ore through processing, but also into the actual battery materials themselves. So selling the final downstream product. So it's a value-added battery and technology mineral company.
That sounds good. Now, anodes, do you want to give us a bit of a background on that? Because I must admit I'm a bit blank on that myself.
So in a battery, particularly a lithium-ion battery, an anode is half of the battery. You have a cathode and you have an anode.
Right.
The cathode is where things like lithium and cobalt and manganese and other stuff you might have heard of.
Yes.
Nickel, for example, goes on the cathode side. The other side is pretty much entirely made of graphite. Mm-hmm. And that's called anode. So it's the negative electrode of a rechargeable battery, and that's capable of consuming, by 2025 it'll be well over 1 million tonnes a year needed for the lithium-ion battery market.
Righto. Well, speaking of batteries, there's a few companies been dropping off across that, lithium, cobalt, and graphite areas. Syra Resources recently. So how does this affect your thoughts in going forward at Talga?
Yeah, Talga is very different to those companies in that we're very vertically integrated. We don't just mine and sell raw materials. Mm-hmm. We actually process them into the final end product that gets sold to the battery makers. So we actually have got a technology team based out of Cambridge, uni in the UK, and we make the final product. So by value adding, we get much higher margins, and our relationships are directly with end users, not traders. Mm-hmm. So we're not really seeing the same stresses. Our pricing structures are still very high compared to the raw commodity prices, which have come off a bit lately. Although having said that, they're still much higher than they were years ago. Mm-hmm. And a lot of those prices have been heavily distorted by different things. So battery demand is still growing fast. It's still an industry that's continuing to boom. Mm-hmm. But certainly in the equity markets, we're seeing I guess a lot of negative sentiment, and that's affected us slightly, but technically it doesn't affect us at all. So I guess it's more of an opportunity than anything.
All right. Now, Mark, you said you're listed on the Australian Stock Exchange with the code TLG. Without breaching any rules or regulations, how does the next 6 to 12 months look for Talga?
Well, it's probably our most exciting time because we are going to put the company into production. We have, the first stage of production. We expect to have we've put applications in to go mining this time next year, and be pouring concrete on the anode production plant, which is a refinery, by the end of next year. So that's our current time frame, and that's the exciting time to be around because this is when you do your deals with your customers. This is when you do all that market validation stuff and offtake agreements and things like that. So that commercial side is underway, and that's a sort of exciting time when people go, oh, actually, it is real. You go from a plan to actual execution. And so, we think that's a pretty exciting time. We're very excited by the customers we're speaking to and what they want and the demand for the product.
Well, it sounds like you've had a bit on your plate, Mark, and it sounds like you've got a bit to come on your plate too. But it's all working out worthwhile.
It's a fantastic project. The company's in great shape that way for what we're doing, and it can only get bigger. We've got other assets that are in there that we can bring online over time. So, it's not stressful. It's got a huge amount of room for growth. So, it's a good time.
Fantastic. Managing Director from Talga Resources, Mark Thompson. We've been speaking with Mark today on Mining Tomorrow. Thanks very much for your time, mate, and best of luck going forward.
Cheers, Ian. Thank you.